Hello and welcome back to another video. This one is actually looking back at some bolt action stuff that I did quite a number of years ago. Um, I think when the original first edition bolt action came out, I really got into it. Painted lots of stuff, most of which I sold later, as I tend to do. But I wanted to share some of these pictures that are taken from the blog because they tend to get lost and buried there. And I hope it might give a bit of inspiration to anybody starting out. And it's a wonderful game, bolt action, isn't it? I started with the Germans and Americans. Um, I got later on into tank wars. Um, this one thing I did enjoy doing was building a couple of the aircraft. I did an ME-262, which is an airfix kit with a bolt action with a Warlord um, cut down figure put in as a crew member. Um, I really enjoy doing that. That's the kit in raw form. And I went on to do a Typhoon for the Allies. I should say that I was doing Normandy period, but again, you can see the bold action Warlord figure sitting in the cockpit. Um, the Typhoon that's a wonderful aircraft, that one, isn't it? And they look great up on their flight stands, hovering over the table. I had a dedicated room at that time, and I really got into it. I did a lot of painted up a lot of figures, and I painted up a lot of armor. I later got into tank wars. I really like the Tiger One. Who doesn't like the Tiger One? Um, just wonderful kits. Um, I never had an airbrush. I still don't own an airbrush, so everything here was done by hand. I used a lot of weathering pigments, but I was really pleased with them. I mean, I really like those kits. You can see the weathering, all done by hand. I think one thing I did do with those the German camo patterns. I found a nice wash of sepia ink at the end of it tied everything together, and the pigments. And I was really pleased with those. I liked everything about the game. I liked the buildings. Really liked the buildings. Um, I like the cinematic style of the game. The Stug, of course, a wonderful assault gun, which I tried to make look like a Normandy image of a Stug, as you see here. By using branches and foliage, Jarvis foliage. Really pleased with that. I think I went a bit too far and I started adding foliage to everything. But the character of those Warlord figures is wonderful. That's the anti-tank gun. Um, the, the, figures on those faces have so much character. This is a shot here. I played quite a few games, American, German. Um, again, I just really enjoyed it. I also made a couple of US transports, which were made from, I can't remember what scale they were, but they were just a couple of proprietary, there they are, models. That was how they were bought. And with a bit of, they worked very well. Transport, they were cheap, but that's how they worked. Um, again, just a simple paint job, bit of weathering, and really pleased with those. They look great on the table. They did for transporting US troops. The other thing that's by the way, just the main weathering pigments that I used. I think there was powders and inks, and that's the kind of effect you can see on the wheels there. The quality, all done. I'd never painted armor before, I don't think, but I really enjoyed how they turned out. I just absolutely became obsessed about making kits, and was really pleased how it turned out. You can see some of my German collection there. I had a couple of Tigers, Stugs. Can't remember what else I had. And of course, the Sherman's wonderful. Once I'd seen the film Fury, I just had to have loads of Shermans. Another thing I really liked, excuse me, was the terrain. So this was the road. I can't remember the game where I got it from, but it's fantastic quality road. I liked putting all the terrain together, and that's that. I wish I could remember who made that because it was really good quality. Um, but roads, rivers, sections. Again, very realistic. Most everything was bought on eBay, even if I can't remember who actually sold it. Lots of MDF. I like the MDF kits. The wonderful personalities that Warlord produced. That one in particular is fantastic. I never took the game too seriously. French Resistance. Again, wonderful faces. A Gauloir in mouth. Um, wonderful figures. I can't remember his name. There's a couple of personality characters there. Again, Butcher with bloodied apron. Um, the other guys, the bartender. General pattern, looking suitably hard and rugged. Um, as always, wonderful sculpts. A couple of figures there, which I think these are the Vogstern. Another set, metal set, of course, Vogstern. Hope I pronounced that right. The sort of the German sort of equivalent of the Home Guard in Berlin. I think that's more of them. And here's moving on here to the Sherman collection. I think the Sherman and anti-tank. Forgot what those ones are called now. But I had all this bolt action armor. Wonderful models. You could dress them up, really dress them up like that. Absolutely love those Shermans. Again, more MDF, a few posters, a simple paint job, a bit of ivy, and a few posters. Just dressed them up a bit. But they were great fun to use. You put them together, create towns, and really, really very practical, rugged, and just perfect for the game. So I bought into basically all of the expansion sets as they started to come out. Lots and lots of metal kits. That's my Tank Wars collection. To be honest, I never had a table large enough to play Tank Wars. It always seemed a bit daft. M10 tank destroyers. That's the chaps there. Yeah, they could do some damage. But yeah, great fun game to play. Anyway, coming to the end of this video, I really hope you enjoyed looking at these pictures. If you do, please like and subscribe because I've got loads more I'm going to do. Loads of Flames of War and 6mm painting that I hope to share. So thanks very much for watching. Bye bye for now. Cheers.